Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's 2025, it's March, it's England and the sun is shining. So sorry I've not done a video for a while. Obviously I did the World Champs at PF in September and then I kind of just disappeared off the face of the planet in terms of YouTube, to be honest. But yeah, I'm back together now. I will do a video on the World Champs. I do have it pretty much ready to go. I've just been so busy. I just haven't got round to it at the end of last year and early this year. I've had so much going on. So yeah, I will be doing a video on that goes through it as a privateer. That will be coming. But yeah, for now, I've been doing bits over the winter, mainly working back on the Twin OK project. So yeah, this video is just going to be about updating you on that, really. So some of you have probably seen on the channel, last year I put two vortexes on this chassis, but I no longer own those. I've sold them both, so they're happily being used by some other people now. But what I've replaced them with is these. So a lot of you will probably recognise these. These are the IME OK engine, probably regarded as the best OK engine, the fastest. One, absolutely loads over the last few years. So I snapped some of these up all the way from Estonia. Actually, there's quite a big OK grid in Estonia. So yeah, these are what I'm going to be putting on the Twin now. I've got two of the latest HC119 OK carbs. One of these was used at the World Champs that I competed in, not by me, but by someone else. So yeah, thanks for JM Racing for letting me buy them, and they look really nice with these. Blue match is really nice. And then if you know your kart engines, you'll know exactly what these are. So these are two TM K11B engines, regarded as probably one of the best 100cc engines, at least water cooled. And these are what I had on actually in October last year on the Twin. So I was frettling around with these for ages, and we actually took it to Hooton and we got these running on the kart, but not very successfully. I had quite a lot of temperature issues, so we tried on the day to kind of work out what was happening, but didn't really get anywhere. It's some kind of water radiator system thing, maybe in the way that we do run those engines, because we were running them both at top dead center. We don't know if that was causing an issue, whereas one was doing the more work than the other. But yeah, I've had these on the kart, but yeah, not really successfully ran them, so I've decided for the moment to go back to the OKs, which do seem to run pretty well. So yeah, that's the current plan. You can see we had to stack it really high on the mounts to get the height for the exhausts, because obviously the exhausts on these are much easier to deal with, whereas on the 100cc's they aren't. And you'll see obviously we reversed the exhaust bend here. So yeah, hopefully we'll deal with those again at some point, but for now we're going to be concentrating on the OKs, and pretty much all I'm concentrating on at the minute is trying to sort this engine mount and spacing situation. So yeah, that's what I'm concentrating on now. So this looks a bit odd. Obviously I've got these spacers here, so with these I was just trying to find what kind of height I needed, so that the exhaust kind of felt okay on the chassis itself. So we've kind of agreed that this engine mount's good for this engine, and that engine mount's good for that engine. That one will be on the right and this one will be on the left. So yeah, so what we've got is some blocks of aluminium, pretty much the right size, and we're just gonna sort out how many of those we need. So it's probably going to be 3 of them. They're all 15mm blocks, and yeah, so we're going to drill those and we're going to make some spacers for the engine mount. So we've got the engine mount off the engine now, and then we'll use this because it obviously fits the engine already. We'll use this as a template to drill the aluminium plate that's under there. So yeah, just going to mark one of the holes now and get that drilled. So here's the finished article. So got some nice aluminium plate now, all drilled correctly. 4 of these. So plenty of spacing for that engine mount. Obviously they'll go like that. Just need some longer bolts now. Might end up at that level, I think, to be honest. So we'll just have those 3 on top. And yeah, so yeah, get some longer bolts, and then that engine can be mounted and the exhaust should fall nicely. So what we're going to do now on the twin is put a new axle and assembly in. So when I took this out to Hooton last time, I did have a complete brake disc failure. So as you can see here, there's obviously no brake disc on there, and it obliterated everything around it. Thankfully the calipers survived with just a few knocks. But yeah, I've got some bits from Jack Dex Racing, so cheers to Jack for sorting me out some bits to get this fixed. But yeah, we're going to slap a new axle in and new carrier disc and just get that assembly working now. Right, so that's axle in, carrier in disc, calipers put back together, inboard sprocket on, outboard sprocket on. Just need to get some more keyways because these ones on the Rigetti axle, so these are the Rigetti and the twin, because it's got a longer keyway spacing. So I need to get some extra ones of those. So that'll be sorted. Other things, these rads. Now obviously we've run the twin twice in 100cc form and in the OK form. They are just a bit too big because obviously the engines balance out kind of the stress and the load. So I've bought 2 Water Swift rads, which will be about half the size of this X30 rad. And then they should just have enough cooling for whatever we want to do and less space here, because often in the engines I have to move the coil depending on, you know, where it falls with this. So yeah, replace those. Then yeah, get the bolts for the engine mounts, make sure that's fine, and then pretty much assemble. So yeah, that'll probably be the next video, me putting the rest of it together, and yeah, we'll be ready for an outing, I think, at some point. So maybe after a race in March we'll look to do that. So yeah, we'll catch you on the next one.